So there's this new strategy quietly, well actually aggressively reshaping the entire global economy. It's a playbook for making money that's so simple it's almost insulting. And the secret ingredient? You guessed it, AI.
Yeah, check out this quote from Marco van Hern, the author we're diving into today. He just lays it all out there. He says, look, this is the oldest trick in the book. Automate jobs to save money. But the tool this time? It's not a machine on an assembly line. It's a large language model plugged right into a company's brain. And it gives this whole thing a name you won't forget, the corporate body snatchers.
Okay, so let's get into it. What does this new playbook actually look like in practice? Well, it's one of those things that's shockingly simple, but also incredibly powerful. And believe me, the biggest names in finance are already all over it.
All right, so here's the game plan. Step 1, you find a company that's just stuck, bogged down by what the author calls operational friction. Think tons of manual, repetitive paperwork, all that boring stuff. Step 2, you buy it. Step 3, you unleash AI to automate all that friction away. Then you let go of the people who were doing that work before. And finally, you sell this new, super lean, super efficient company for a huge profit. Simple, right? But there's one guy who's taking this idea to a whole new level. And that person is Jeff Bezos, of course. The source material makes it clear. While other people are just dipping their toes in the water, Bezos is planning to turn this into an absolute art form. And he's putting his name, his reputation, everything on the line.
And when I say a whole new level, I mean it. The scale here is just staggering. We're talking about a $100 billion fund. $100 billion. It's called Project Prometheus, and it has one single-minded goal: buy up old-school companies in huge industries like aerospace, defense, and manufacturing, and then completely rebuild them from the inside out with AI.
The author even has a name for this: Bezosification. And you got to understand, this is not your typical private equity move where they just come in and trim a little fat here and there. No, this is what the source calls operational engineering. It's like a full-body transplant. You're not just putting the company on a diet, you're literally replacing its entire metabolic system with AI agents.
Okay, but hold on. There's a huge problem with this whole plan. I mean, a massive flaw. The author calls it a gap the size of an aircraft carrier. And it all boils down to one question. Is today's AI even good enough for this kind of hostile takeover?
Well, if you ask the people selling the AI, the answer is a big yes. Their shiny marketing decks will tell you, oh yeah, we can automate about 42% of everything a business does.
But then, you look at the real world. You look at the actual independently verified numbers, and it's half that, just 21%. That's a massive gap between the sales pitch and reality, right?
So this gap leads to what our source calls the 35% ceiling. And here's the thing. The problem isn't that the AI models are dumb. They're not. The problem is that real businesses are, well, they're messy. You've got ancient computer systems and, more importantly, tons of rules and regulations. Think about it. You're swapping out a human who uses their judgment for an AI that's basically just guessing, even if it's a very good guesser. To make that AI safe enough not to burn the building down, you have to build so much oversight around it that it ends up costing you almost as much as the person you just fired.
So that begs the question, right? If there's this hard ceiling, how on earth does a $100 billion plan like Project Prometheus make any sense at all? Well, it turns out there's a secret weapon, a key that unlocks this entire puzzle. The solution is something called an Ontological Compliance Gateway, or OCG. It's a kind of hybrid AI. The best way to think about it is like this. You have the new, fancy, powerful AI, but it's also a little wild and unpredictable. The OCG is like a very strict, old-school, rule-following babysitter for that AI. So the AI agent says, hey, I want to do this thing. The OCG stops it and asks two questions. Gate 1, does that even make sense? And if it does, it goes to Gate 2. Okay, but is it allowed according to the rules? Only if the answer is yes to both does the AI get to do its thing. And the whole process is logged, so auditors can see exactly what happened. And the difference this makes? It's just insane. A normal AI model flying solo, its compliance accuracy is less than 50%. It's basically flipping a coin. But you add this OCG architecture, and it jumps to a perfect 100% every time. And the cost? A tiny delay of just 300 milliseconds. Nobody would even notice that. This is how you smash through that 35% ceiling. This is the engine that makes the whole Bezosification thing possible.
Okay, so the tech problem is solved.
You've got the weapon, you've got the money. Now for the next big question. Where do you point this thing? How do you find the perfect companies to take over?
This is where things get really clever. The author introduces his own tool, the Prometheus Index. See, you can't just walk into a company you don't own and ask to see their books. So the index does some detective work. It uses open source intelligence, OINT. It scrapes over 60 different public signals, things like job postings for boring-sounding roles, or looking at the LinkedIn profiles of their IT staff to build a surprisingly accurate picture of what's really going on inside.
And the model boils all that data down into 2 key scores. The first one is called agentification upside. Fancy name, but it basically just means how much money is on the table. How much value could you create if you automated this place? The second score is capture probability. This is the reality check. It asks, okay, the potential is huge, but can we actually do it? How likely are we to succeed in a reasonable amount of time? This looks at how messy the company is and whether it's ready for a big change. So then, the author ran this model on a test group of 25 big global companies. And what comes out is basically a disruption radar, pinpointing exactly which parts of the economy are the most vulnerable to this whole strategy.
And the cool thing is, like any really good data model, the results aren't always what you'd expect. It doesn't just tell you what you already know. It actually corrects your bad assumptions and points out not only the perfect targets, but also the dangerous traps you might have walked right into.
So the index spits out these categories. You've got your sweet spots. These are the absolute perfect companies to go after. And then you've got your value traps. They look great on the surface, but trying to transform them would be a total nightmare. Let's look at an example of each.
And this is where it all comes together. Check this out. The #1 sweet spot, United Health Group. Why? Well, it's got tons of operational friction, think of all that claims processing, and it's drowning in healthcare rules. Huge potential for automation. But here's the kicker. Its capture probability is also high, because they're already a tech-savvy company. It's the perfect target. Now look at the opposite, Fresenius SC. This is a classic value trap. The potential for automation, a perfect score of 100, but its capture probability, almost 0. It's a total mess inside. Fragmented IT, decentralized leadership, trying to fix it quickly would be impossible. So the model basically screams, the money is there, but you'll never be able to get it.
So, okay, why should you care about any of this? Because the companies that top this list aren't just investment opportunities, they're also ground zero for where AI is going to replace the most human jobs. And we're not talking about flipping burgers here. This wave is coming for complex, middle-class, white-collar jobs. We're talking about the claims adjuster, the supply chain analyst, the compliance coordinator. That 35% ceiling that kind of protected these jobs for a while, well, it's gone now, thanks to tech like the OCG. The great bozification of the economy, it's already happening.
And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important takeaway. The Prometheus Index isn't just a theory, it's a very real screening tool. It's a radar that's actively telling the world's richest investors where to aim their cannons next. The first targets have already been painted, so the only real question left is your job, your industry, in the sweet spot?